I'm Tahboh, the king, and you are tuned in. I was gonna say divinely, but you're just tuned in, nigga. Alright, cool. Now, here I'm gonna talk about abuse, and if a girl tells you she's not ready, and the meaning of Dennis and why you should use it, right? This is how I'm gonna explain this to you. Let's say you have a girlfriend, right? This girlfriend, you have used Dennis, which is demonstrate affection, then you engage physically, then nurture her, then neglect her, then ignore her, then separate from her, right? It can be for 2 weeks, and then you come back on some I was busy shit. All right, and then in the course of you demonstrating affection, she becomes your girlfriend. In the course of you engaging physically, you try and have sex with her, but she's telling you that she's not ready. This is where I speak about not being ready. So her saying she's not ready is one or two things. She's not ready to have sex with you right now because you haven't reached your full potential. She wants to have sex with the future you. She doesn't want you. She wants the future you. That's why I'm saying she either doesn't want you or she's covertly trying to tell you that it's over, right? Because one way or another, that will end things. It's like you making a proposal to her and then she's saying no. You think you're going to stick around after that? Or if you stick around, is it going to be the same relationship that you were having with this chick? It's pretty much not going to be the same relationship because she's going to want a different version of you after she says those words. You get what I'm saying? She's going to want a different version of you, and this is how you know. So this is what I'm going to tell you now is this. You hear these words. You can either be persistent and try and convince her to do what you're asking, which is trying to add sex to the equation after showing her love and support beforehand. But love and support can be shown to your friends, your family, and regular ass people. So when you try and add sex to the equation, is her being your partner then. That's when it's when you guys fully become partners in the intimate aspect. It actually now unlocks you two being together. The other stuff is just like, yo, I know you type vibes. It's I know you type vibes. It's like you're my sister, basically. That's what it is. If she doesn't want to add that equation to, she doesn't want to add the sex equation to the relationship, then she's covertly trying to tell you she doesn't want, and it's over. Because if that's not there, basically what she's trying to say is like you trying to marry her, and then she says no. You get what I'm saying? You won't know how to feel. You won't know how to act. You might become sour. And being sour is abuse. This is why the abuse comes in, because it becomes mental and emotional and perhaps even spiritual abuse to your partner. But she caused it. She started it, because cause and effect. Shit just doesn't happen. She caused it. She said no, so your effect for her no is you becoming abusive in a manner. So you can either be persistent. This is what you do when she says she's not ready. You can either be persistent, all right, and try and convince her. If she's not being convinced, then she's literally telling you what I just told you, those two things that I just told you. But if she goes with it, right, you'll still have that imprint in your mind that she says no, in a way. So you won't know whether to trust her, because every time a situation that requires for her to trust you, she will have to think twice before she even does it. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be in a mode where she has to think about it first. She can't just do it. So you will always have that imprint in your mind. So if she says yes, that's if she says no. If she continues saying no, then what you have to do is get off her, dog. Like that's the first step. This is how you avoid sex charges, dog. Sometimes people ain't even drunk, they ain't even high. They just acting dumb for me in a sense. You acting dumb. Get off her, right? To avoid sex charges. That's the main reason why you're getting off her first. To avoid sex charges. You don't want to be a headline. You do not want to be a headline unless you've made $1 million. Don't do it. Or you've saved the life of something like that. Don't be a headline. First things first. Then when you get off her, talk to her as if you are nurturing her. Because now you tried to engage physically. She said no. So now you're in the nurture aspect, right? So what you do when you nurture her is just talk to her as you would, right? to get her out of the house, because in fact she just told you it's over. So have a short chat and then get her out of the house by nurturing her with the talk. Then when she gets home, neglect. Don't be the same you, the loving whatever you are, nigga. Don't be that guy. Be neglectful. Then afterwards, you ignore, then you separate. Then you do not go back to the X, because there's 2 more letters in the alphabet. Do not go back to the X. There's 2 more letters in the alphabet. There's a reason why you don't go to an X. She'll degrade you. She'll degrade you. Right? She'll degrade you. That's why you shouldn't go back to the X. But back to my story. And then she gets home, you separate, you reach the last point of Dennis. You separate with her. Right? This will have a cause and effect of its own. She'll think that every guy just wants sex, and that's why you separated from her, and blah, 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 blah. And then she'll meet a good guy, and then she'll screw him over, realize that she screwed him over, try and go back, and then degrade him, and it just keeps on going forward. But why I'm telling you to do this is to avoid sex charges, to avoid abusing her mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that guy. So... and you don't want to feel like you that guy. You don't want to feel like if God came today as you know him, right? If he came today, nigga, do you feel like you would be worthy if you were mentally and emotionally and spiritually abusing somebody else? Would you feel like you're worth it? Hell fucking no. You wouldn't feel like you're worth it. Then there's another option that you could do. You could force her. That becomes physical abuse. That also affects the mental and the emotional and the spiritual aspect of it. And then she might keep quiet, or she might tell on you and you in jail for the rest of your life as the effect of the cause that you did. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm telling you is, because I know there's a beast that lays dormant within everybody. Choosing not to be that beast is what expresses that you are good as a person. This was explained by my friend Jay. He explained this, that if you give a person all the power in the world and he doesn't use that power for evil, right? Or he doesn't use that power at all, then you know he's good. But then when they use that power for evil, then you know he's bad. But if you don't give them that power at all, you won't know whether they're good or bad or not, and that's a possible threat. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm giving you is an example of you having the power to do it, but then choosing not to, thus becoming a good person. And not choose, and even when you choose not to, there's micro things, there's 2 things that you have an option to do. You have the option to leave her or stay with her. Stay with her is emotional abuse and mental abuse and blah 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 abuse. Then leaving her is the best option, because now you detach yourself from the equation of being with her. Because a true girlfriend of yours will give you love, support, and sex, bro. There's no way that you're gonna be like, yo, she my girlfriend, and that's not a part of the equation. It's not gonna happen. It's not going to happen. This is probably why your parents don't want you to date at such a young age. Why the people who are older around you don't want you to date. Because they know that is the part of the equation that gives vulnerability to the other partner. And this allows you to talk to them and learn their experiences, right? So without it, it's basically just a friendship. It's a family. You're just family. So instead of your girlfriend, you can just call her your sister, bro. That's how it is. You can just call her your sister because it makes more sense for her to be your sister. So what I'm telling you guys is, first, use Dennis to get in, right? Or when you in, use Dennis to figure out what the next move is going to be. Because what I'm trying to teach you is, have a plan in place that goes through till the end. Because I could tell you why you should leave her and why it's the best option, and explaining the cause and effect of it, a timeline, a possible timeline, but that will take too long. Just know that it's the best option to leave her. Today you learned Dennis, right? Which is demonstrate affection, engage physically, nurture, then neglect, then ignore, then separate, right? You also learned how to avoid yourself from being an abuser, right? And all that. And then you also learned what I just told you, nigga. Leave her. Stop sticking around. Stop sticking around. Because you're not doing the wrong thing. And this approach can also be used when you're approaching girls too. You can use it when you're approaching girls. If you're trying to demonstrate affection and she's giving you a no, nigga, you already know what to do. You don't want no serious girl, bruh. A girl that don't smile, a girl that don't laugh. Why do you want a girl like that in your life to begin with? She's fine, but why do you want a girl like that in your life to begin with, dog? She's cute, and then that's it. That's it. She's cute. That's the reason why you're gonna stay with her. That's crazy, bruh. Just know that's crazy. So it's Tahboh, and I'm out, nigga.